much to this foreman. against me, but we could do either. Sure. Yikes. Yeah, for sure. Sounds like a big waste of cover. It's just a fucking, like, talking. Yeah. Wild, she wants to like bust your balls about being high all the time and then start doing fucking prescription drugs. Like, yeah, okay, bud. That's actually fucking wild. You know, like when you hear something and it like makes zero sense. This is one of those types of things. You can just back out of it. You don't have to actually. Yeah, I'm just gonna finish this thing up that I'm doing. Touch run. That's kind of funny. That's what I gather from it. Yeah, she's doing prescription drugs and she was like complaining about him being high off of something natural. Crazy. It's a controlled substance. does a little bit of crack too, you know?
I couldn't have done that better myself.
Just doesn't care. That's all it is. She just doesn't, she just doesn't, she just like doesn't want to seem like the quote unquote bad person because she cares too much about like how it makes her look or something, even though it doesn't fucking matter at all. People care so much about how it ends and like how it makes them look, even if you're the only person that knows. It's so weird. It's so fun. What are you talking about? What would you know, Boomer? I know, I'm just kidding. Uh, I'm a CC now, like, I don't want to be around people like my own age. This is how like the majority of them behave. Yes. Yeah. It's just like the more like useful mentality, like this like generational mentality. It's just the way that the brains like work, I guess. I don't really know how to say it. Yeah. Just kidding. I'm still 12. Oh, Unk is up. Yeah. I'm gonna do some Crucible in a little bit. I'm just finishing a, Robosaur. Yeah. most of the people playing anyway use controllers, so it doesn't even really matter that it's on PC.
Light still grows. Bathe yourself in light and cleanse the traveler.
Oh, there are. It's just they're mostly in trials right now. But in case of fun. No, it's not fun. Yeah. The main thing is getting to the point where you don't have to think like anything. You're telling me. Yeah, that's true. But I think I took it a lot more like seriously and used controller differently. You know? Like I was like wrapping my index finger that I broke around the right side to press all the face buttons and use 4 back buttons at the same time. Like that was the sort of stuff that I did for several years, and it's a lot harder, like when you just like use it like quote unquote normally, it's like you're not doing as much, so there isn't as much like muscle memory to break, if that makes sense. It was really fucking rough. It was a good thing that I was playing like an action oriented game instead of like a shooter. 'Cause if I was playing a shooter, oh my god. And that's what a lot of people like recommend when you start playing MK, to go play a game where you're just gonna go get like familiar with it. Like literally go play fucking Minecraft on like peaceful difficulty or something. Like, that's the recommendation. Don't play something where like taking an extra couple seconds to press a key matters. It's a pretty bad experience. Like when I decide I want to change my keybinds because I want to try to do something a little bit more fluidly, and then I spend like 3 days pressing the wrong button and dying because of it. When I got on today, I actually changed like speed keybinds because I want to try something different. Yeah, I'm gonna try throwing my grenade by scrolling up, and then I want to use charge melee, I'm gonna use caps lock, and then what was the other thing? Oh, I moved the keybind that I used for swapping weapon to my old grenade keybinds. It's gonna be so fun. What's that? slide and do you crouch and slide with R3? And what did you use R3 for? Melee? Because R3 is bound to something by default. It's either slide and crouch or melee. Ah. You could just bind Transcendence to a single back, or not back button, a single, like, D-pad button. So you don't really need all 4 emotes, but it kind of just depends how much you actually care about all 4 emotes. Definitely a lot more comfortable for when you are playing for a while. You don't get the sim fatigue from clicking it in over and over. Something I hated a lot. The thumb fatigue from clicking left and right thumbsticks. A lot of people use their back buttons for slide and jump. And if they have 2 extra ones, they'll put it to like slide, jump, swap weapon, interact, or something like that. I never bothered using it for interact, or not interact, jump, because I always jumped with L1.
I know we couldn't have made it this far without each other. We were all, for a time, too blinded by our own pain to see the truth. That in compromise is forgiveness, and in forgiveness is a second chance. One we all needed.
And
we will continue to stand together.
Just got like Argosam that has the what's it called? It's basically like Polaris Lens.
Who wish for peace, no matter how far off it may be.
I got a... Well, it's Sacred Flame, but it pretty much functions the same way. Is there? This one, you hit them with heavy attack, it marks them, and then they explode when they die. And hitting them with multiple later attacks detonates it. I don't know. It actually seems kind of good. I didn't realize I already got the Argosam Catalyst. I'm guessing when you did or something. Maybe they made it so that you're just like guaranteed to get it when you rerun that mission or something. They would do something like that. a lot. You're not a completionist. What are you talking? I'm just kidding. Dude, I want that fucking the linear from I think Sender Doctrine or the other one. Dude, that thing is so cool. Spawns the little pyramid. I I just finished what I was doing. Coco Melon Island Adventure. She, there's only one reason to boot it up, and it's for Destiny 1. That's it. Yeah, but what about your trials stuff? Like your Hunter Trials cape? You won't be able to get that again. But it looks cool. And that matter but 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 that it looks cool. That's more important. Whoa, you're changing. You changed. Yeah. After the hype from the everything kind of dies down and the population kind of starts to dwindle more, I'm thinking about doing all the D1 content. Yeah, I don't have my account from D1 anymore, so I had to like restart, and I played it on PS4 for like 10 hours or something. I didn't really get that far. You get to re-experience everything, so because fuck Sony. Yeah. On it, even for people that like they don't play on console or whatever, but they play console sometimes, the only thing that they actually look at like Sony for is like, oh, there's a new exclusive game and I want to play that exclusive game. So they'll keep a PlayStation around just to play these new exclusive games, and then they'll go back to not touching it. The thing is, you don't care. 7. Yeah, it's like cosmetic stuff.
Control.
Oh, there were some PlayStation exclusive maps. Wave Splitter.
They are your life.
Wave Splitter was a PlayStation exclusive. I think so. I could be wrong.
Enemy
But that
plane
was
zone C.
Activision being scummy. Those two. I don't really know if the game started or not. And you connect Discord on your phone or to your PlayStation. We'll just do it.
Zone advantage is yours.
Do you try doing it from your phone and pressing the little button? Could have been more so Discord. Discord runs very poorly. It's very poorly optimized. It's not uncommon to have issues with Discord for no reason at all.
Zone A lost. Enemy has stolen. Zone A captured. You have advantage.
Yeah, it sounds like a skill issue.
Zone B lost. Enemy has stolen advantage. Zone
That's
B
weird.
captured. Zone advantage is yours.
Just got daily domestic violence. Look, she's having fun.
Zone B lost. Enemy has stolen advantage. 5 minutes left. Keep it up.
Try Alt, Control Alt G. That's the clipping keybinds for, there's this thing called Game Bar that's automatically downloaded onto your computer. It's from Xbox Game Bar, but it might not let you if it's not like enabled or whatever. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's enabled by default, but you can try pressing your Windows key and then type screen capture.
Zone advantage is yours. Zone A lost. Enemy has zone advantage.
And then type. I'm guessing you have a mouse and a keyboard hooked up to your console or your PC just so that you can like navigate around. Yeah, so if you type Windows key and then press type screen, there's like the snipping tool thing. You can pull that up, but that's like for taking screenshots. You can type like game bar, and you can open the game bar, I think.
Zone C captured. You have advantage. 3 minutes remaining.
It's better just to use some sort of like software or something. Yeah, you can use Steam recording as well. Yeah, you can put if you have the Steam overlay turned on, you can have it set to where, yeah, you can do that, and you just press like shift. Okay.
Zone C lost. They have advantage.
I think that the other thing that you can do, I think, is you press shift tab, which opens up the overlay. And you can actually change,
Zone B.
you can change the keybind to something you like more. Like, I think it was for game bar or some other thing that I ended up, you know, turning off and opting to use something completely different. So I just, once I started using a different, like, recording software, I'm pretty sure I just set it to the same keybind, so it's like shift, or it's control alt G. And then for screenshots, I just press the function button and press print screen. That's just like a personal preference thing.
Zone B lost. They have advantage.
Haven't really tried a lot of different softwares. I saw a segment he used Metal, so
1 minute. You have this.
it's been good so far. Haven't had any issues with it.
Zone B captured. You have zone advantage.
Why do you have so many?
30 seconds stand between you and victory.
Opera, why do you have that? Like, is it Opera GX?
Enemy has advantage. 10
Fuck.
seconds. End. You're almost there.
It's like an overlay.
This time.
Fair enough.
You eat monsters for breakfast. You can win a battle for territory. Again.
Yeah, I've never looked into using Opera or anything, but I noticed I was like looking at my brother's PC and like looking at his task manager and stuff, and Opera GX utilizes so many resources. Well, it's gonna depend on like how much RAM you have. I'm guessing you have at least 32. Yeah, it should be fine then. And you're not gonna be playing any of the games that need more than 32. If only it were that simple. It's not that simple. When you buy RAM, them being manufactured at the same time is really important. So you don't just buy more sticks. You can, it just won't run. You're likely to run into issues because of it. Yeah. Most people, when they change RAM, there's a benefit to running dual channel. So two of the slots are on one channel and two of the slots are on the other channel. And when you only run two sticks, there's a benefit because they're not sharing bandwidths. They're operating independently, and it benefits your system a lot. And the only things that are really super RAM intensive are like playing games and doing super heavy like 3D rendering. So that's why it wouldn't really matter as much for more like office style setups or whatever. You usually only need like 8 gigs of RAM or 4 for those anyway. But so because of that, let's say you wanted to go from like 32 gigs to um, 64, you wouldn't just add 2 more sticks of RAM, you would get 32 by 2 and replace them. Yeah, no, there's this game, it's called Star Citizen, and there's some sort of thing where 64 gigs is like the bare minimum. It's still in like early access, and I think it's the highest budget game that has ever been created. And at some point, it was like super unoptimized, and it was actually melting people's RAM sticks. Star Citizen. Yeah, it was melting people's RAM. Yeah, this is the third. This is the second or third. I could be wrong about it being, but I think we went flawless the first 2 weeks, and then we couldn't go flawless on this map.
Zone A captured. Power play. Keep the pressure on.
Just give me a second. Honor little mouse. No, because I was still thinking about the like Opera GX thing. I'm like, just get a second monitor with mouse. No.
Zone A lost.
Do you have your PC on your desk? I figured that'd be like why you don't have space. PCs are really big. I can't imagine having a full-size case. Yeah. I have a mid-size case, and I think it's still like it's called like a mid tower, and it's still like probably 2.5 feet tall. I didn't realize how big they are either. But yeah. If you like look at the dimensions, they're like called like mid-size,
Zone C
and then
have
like
advanced.
mid-tower or something, and then like full tower. Full tower is so much bigger. No. Most of them have been copyrighted, so. Yeah. The last time I talked to someone about music bots, all the ones that people were using, they stopped working for copyright reason.
You captured Zone A. Zone advantage is yours. Zone B lost.
And it's possible that the copyright strike like went away, or they got like reintegrated or something. But I don't really care a whole lot to have any of that stuff. No, I mean I can just listen to Spotify while playing,
Double down.
and not really that many people come in here in the first place, so. Wasn't a complaint. I don't really care, to be honest. And there's usually,
Zone A
I mean, I
lost.
don't really care if people join or not.
Get those zones back.
Like, usually at least one person joins. So, if not, I can just listen to, like, I can just watch somebody stream or something. That's what I was doing earlier before Potato joined. Was just watching somebody stream trials. It's like white noise. Get to hear somebody else talk.
A strong start. Fight on. Together as one. I love
I've been like trying to stream and stuff, been pretty much doing it every day, but no one really like sticks around, so. No one ever like really sticks around or types in chat or anything, so it's not like really interacting with anyone. No. My computer's kinda old. My graphics card and CPU are like,
You took them. Now hold them.
like 7 years old.
I've seen enough. I'm calling this one.
I can still run
Zone
Destiny.
C lost.
Destiny's a bit harder to run than it used to be,
I could not
because
ask
they
for a better
updated the graphics and everything, but I can usually get like 90 to like 110 FPS in Crucible.
Your victory gives the city hope, Guardians.
It makes them deal less damage to you. They take some damage over time, and then they output less damage. server is pretty strong. Think in a little bit I'm gonna switch to console. No. I wanna get max rank in comp for the emblem. I don't know if I'm gonna use the emblem that much, I probably won't, but it's gonna bother me if I don't have it. Should only take like maybe 4 or 5 hours to get anyway. Yeah, to get max rank in comp, it usually takes like 4 to 6 hours. It's pretty easy to aim on controller. It's probably like the muscle memory or whatever that just hasn't went away. Like, it definitely feels a bit clunky, but you just have to play a little bit slower. When I started playing Destiny 2 again, I did play on console a little bit, and it didn't feel that great for like the first day, but after that, it started feeling like more normal, I guess. if he wants to. If he wants to. Maybe you will after the update. There's gonna be like the highest amount of like players doing it, so well, it's okay. It's not like I'll run into cheaters or anything. Those don't exist.
Control.
A random one. Yeah. Silly. You're waiting for the PS4s to let us in.
Show me you can take
The
ground.
fucking
Hold
old
the
shit
zone.
boxes.
Enemy claimed Zone C. Zone A captured. Enemy claimed Zone B. Enemy has advantage. You captured Zone B. You have zone advantage. Double down. Gain the lead.
You pick it up and it gives you melee energy. Can give you other stuff too. With fragments, like it can trigger restoration, which is like a continuous healing proc every like portion of a second, like maybe every 2 seconds, maybe every 1 second. I don't remember exactly. because your armor is really old. A lot of people are running like 100 grenade stat or like 100 melee stat, 100 class stat, like that sort of thing. Saw this one guy, he runs like 150 health and then 100 super, 100 grenade, and 100 class.
Zone B lost. They have advantage.
And to get to like 200 health, you basically just run less grenades.
Zone B captured. You have zone advantage.
But I think like 160 health stat is the equivalent to like 10 recovery before.
Enemy has zone advantage. Zone A captured. Zone advantage is yours. Now make it rain.
I pretty much just have to play to get new armor.
Zone C captured. Zone advantage is yours.
And get a lot of it just from Crucible.
5 minutes remain. A strong start. Fight on. Zone C lost. Wage war like a true titan. You captured Zone B. You have zone advantage. Zone A lost. Enemy has zone advantage. You have advantage.
Need some toilet paper?
3 minutes. You're winning. Stay strong. I've seen enough. I'm calling this one. I cannot ask for a better victory. You fight like a demon for these zones. Bring me your friends. I need more like you.
gonna take a break for a little bit and I get something to eat. Alright, good night. What? That's never happened before. Yep. Oh, okay. You should set up your Discord stuff on your PlayStation. Yeah, I think yesterday he's like, "Oh yeah, I can just stay in the thing. I'm on my phone." And then he's like still, yeah, he's still there like an hour later, just like zoning out, watching YouTube. He like talked randomly after like 30 minutes, I think. And Chad's like, "What the hell? You're still here?" Aren't you playing Destiny, Lumos? Oh, you hate Destiny? In 84 years? When did it come out? Hmm, I never heard of it. Yeah, I've never like really. I never owned an Xbox. Yeah, that doesn't actually surprise me that much. Yeah, huh? You played Diablo. Yeah, like over 4 years, something like that. Hmm. Yeah, like you, Lily, Solar, and King all played it. stuff and things. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, probably somewhere in privacy settings, and you would make it so that outside outside of like your background and super basic stuff, it doesn't show like your posts and stuff to anyone outside of actual friends. That's fun. Went into my room to grab something, and then my cat ran under my bed. I don't really want cat in my room. Type into Google, my cat peed on my PC. My cat didn't pee on my PC, but it's not a very uncommon thing, and it will destroy the entire thing. Or cat knocked over cup on table. PC is broken now. The other thing is you don't want your cat laying on top of the PC because it blocks airflow. I'm talking about when it's on. People's cats lay on top of it while it's on because all the heat is exhausting out of the top. So you can set one thing private and see if they notice. honestly, the cat didn't really try to get into my room very often until I got a PC. Now he wants in it all the time. He's just drawn to the heat source. Like it generates so much heat. Sometimes I open the window for a little bit to just let the hot air out of the room. Like most of the time my PC is at least my like CPU and my GPU are usually at like between 50 and 60 degrees Celsius, but the air it's pushing out is a lot hotter than that. Yep. Fine. I've been seeing stuff like that a lot recently. Like people buy like the newest like all the newest parts and stuff, and then I think they realize that they couldn't really afford to buy it in the first place, and then they sell it, and they try to get like the same price that they bought it for, even though it's been used for, 6 months or something. I didn't buy it. It was just given to me. And PCs aren't really that cheap right now because of all the like AI data centers and stuff. The RAM prices went up probably like 400%, if not more. Like my RAM I think it used to cost like $70, $80. Um, yeah, it was like somewhere between 60 and 80. Let's see what it is right now. That's not 500. That's like the price if you get like newer parts. On their actual website, they're $296.99. So it's gonna cost over $300 after tax. And the technology hasn't changed at all. It's the RAM is the same as it was before. It's just the demand for it went up significantly. So yeah, it's over a 400% price increase. And pretty much all the prices spiked over the last year. But there are some things that you can do to kind of like get around it. Um, so stuff gets sold in like bundles and stuff. So like what I'm looking at right now, um, this like bundle thing. Um, it's the same RAM that I'm currently using with a motherboard and a CPU for 378. So it's like $80 more expensive than the RAM, and you're getting two other parts with it, like a CPU that costs $100, a motherboard that costs slightly under $100. So you're spending 80 extra dollars over what the RAM costs and getting an extra $200 worth of parts. So that's what most people are doing currently to save money on RAM, is they're bundling it with um, like motherboards and CPUs. Um, the thing is, like, say you want a specific, um, like a specific CPU or something. What people do is they'll buy these bundles, and then they'll like sell the the motherboard and the CPU on like eBay, and then they'll just buy the other parts because they're pretty much like the same price. Like I have the best, like one of the best motherboards for the older generation, the AM4 CPUs that use the older technology of RAM, DDR4. Um, and it costs like $10 more than the motherboard in this bundle. And then I would probably just get a slightly better CPU. Like I would, since it's the old generation, I would just buy the best CPU for that generation, and you would still save quite a bit of money. But yeah, that's pretty much the only way to do it, like to save money. Either find a really good bundle and just know what you're looking for, or spend full price for RAM, which I don't think you should spend full price for RAM. the best CPU for the thing. It's like 219. It's actually like pretty heavily on sale right now. That's the main thing though, just like paying attention to sales and stuff. Oh, it looks like this bundle thing. Um, you can combine, like it basically gives you like things that you can bundle it with. So I can just select the CPUs that I wanted, and then there's only 2 motherboards that are available to bundle with it. But still, you get all 3 parts for like 500 bucks. And that's like, yeah, you're basically getting 60 bucks off the order. Yeah, you should probably wait a while. And maybe the stuff will like, the AI bubble will pop eventually. We'll just have to see, I guess. Yeah, something you only really want to get if like you can afford it, but you can get like I mean unless you got a very competitive build that is like 1 step under the best. So if you're saving like $2,000 by not going for like the best of the best, just like 1 step under on like the graphics card, like 1 or 2 steps underneath, and she got hers for like 2,500 roughly. Whereas like right now the prices on like the best of the best graphics card are like $4,000. So she bought she got a very good PC that'll last her like 10 years for less than people are spending on a fucking graphics card. But that kind of always happens. Like that's just like if you look at the trends of all the previous like graphics cards and stuff, um, people are like they come out, they're like MSRP for like 1,500, 2 grand, and then they like a couple months later the price goes up to like 3 to 4. Yeah, it's kind of crazy because there's like some instability with certain components with the 5090 and the 5080 NVIDIA graphics card, where basically the power is spiking for like a singular second too high, and it ends up damaging it and like melting the cables that are plugged into it. Sometimes they even catch on fire, but it's because those cards are the newest and they're just pushing out so much electricity that the other parts in the PC pretty much like they can't regulate the power spike. I would I would never buy a 5080 or 5090 just because of that. Like even if I had the money to, like I would just get the 5070 instead, so that I don't have to deal with, it melting. Because even if you can like do warranty claims and stuff, it's just such a headache. seems kind of pointless now. Rebounds are never worse. Usually just is more regret. I'll be back in a sec. Alright. Can you hear me? You say something? Oh, hi.